around the sun. Like a ring around the sun. It's unexpected when you hold another's hand and realize your child is there with you. And for a moment, the world turns upside down, dancing on the ceiling, high above the clouds. And I see you running through a rose garden, unaffected by the thoughts, moving with a passion I've never seen before. Run, 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 like a ring around the sun, like a ring around the sun. Oh, oh, oh. And I see you running through a rose garden, unaffected by the thoughts, moving with a passion I've never seen before. Run, 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 oh baby, run. And I see you running through a rose garden, unaffected by the thoughts, moving with a passion I've never seen before. And I see you running through a rose garden, unaffected by the thoughts, moving with a passion I've never seen before. And I see you running through a rose garden. Feeling
Well, good afternoon, jammers, and welcome to a special Monday edition of Jams and Cocktails. I'm Brad Brock, and I'll be your host this afternoon for our total solar eclipse. That's right. Today, North America is experiencing a total solar eclipse, and we're going to be piping in a live feed from NASA, because we have the ability to do that. Connections, probably not. But we're doing it anyway. And we're going to be providing our ever colorful commentary over top of all of that. So we'll explain what a total solar eclipse is in case you've been living under a rock your whole life or all of humanity. What makes this one particularly special. And we're even going to talk about some conspiracy theories swirling around this cosmic event. Joining me for this afternoon's adventure is the bad bitch, Miss Ellie Brock.
Because we have nothing to do at 2 o'clock on a Monday.
God, life is good. Life is good. It's It's not just good, it's great. So Jordan may perhaps be joining us a little bit later. I don't know. I'm just waiting to see her pull up in the driveway on our front door feed. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in live with us for this historic event. Please smash that subscribe button and like, follow, and share us on Facebook and Instagram. All the fun stuff. Blah 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 blah. So, we are here in Florida, and we're only going to experience a like a 50% solar eclipse here, somewhere in that vicinity. And so, it's going to darken the sky. So here on the screen, if you guys are watching the show live, we do have our camera set up out front. So we'll be able to see the sky darken slightly out there. But I will tell you who did have a very cool feed earlier today was Holland America Line's ships, the Koningsdam, was out off of the coast of Mexico when it was all starting to go down out there. And they had a really great live feed. Ellie and I got to catch it as it was in full, like, maximum eclipse. And it was very cool. Like, the whole sky got dark, like it was nighttime, and you could just see a pinhole over the sun. And I was saying whoever set that up ruined that camera. Whoever's camera that was, it's now ruined. But what are you going to do? So we have a couple of graphics up here for you before we get into everything. So that'll be up here. We'll blow it up full screen whenever we need to. But we all know why you're here. It's to drink with us and and watch the eclipse. So we're going to do all of that and listen to our wonderful commentary. So cheers, Ellie.
Cheers.
And cheers to all of you out there.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Ellie? Is it just
beer?
Just a beer? I'm drinking a mule. We don't call it a Moscow mule anymore. It's delicious. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I see a few of you out there. Clearly took off work today, and I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Or you're at work, even more proud of you.
Yeah.
So, without wasting too much time, because time is a ticking for our full eclipse here in Florida at any rate, and generally in North America as it travels over. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what a solar eclipse is, a total solar eclipse. So, it's basically, we all basically know this. It's just going a little bit more in depth. So, a total solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun. That's all we know, right? Perfectly aligning to cover the sun's disk completely from our vantage point here on Earth. This alignment is a rare dance of shadows and light, as the moon, though much smaller than the sun, is just the right distance from Earth to appear the same size in our sky, allowing it to completely obscure the sun for a brief magical moment. The journey to totality, the period during which, of course, the sun is completely obscured, is a gradual one, marked by the passing of the moon across the face of the sun. Observers in the path of the moon's shadow witness a partial eclipse leading up to the following totality. This path where observers can experience the full spectacle of the eclipse is known, of course, as the path of totality, which you can see on your screen there. Let's see, we'll pull it up there. And you can see the main path of totality, and then it kind of spans out to wherever you guys may be watching, but there's a smaller circle in there. You might have to look real close at your phone, but a small circle in there, and that's where totality is happening currently. So coming up on Dallas, which I'm sure we'll get to see here right now. It's about to happen in Dallas, Texas, via NASA. We appreciate them letting us steal from them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's about to go down, which is crazy. It's beautiful to watch. As the moon covers more and more of the sun, daylight fades, temperatures drop, and animals often become silent, sensing the temporary shift in their day. Don't we wish that would happen for humans? Not today. The moment of totality is both breathtaking and eerie. Day turns to twilight, the stars appear in the sky, and the sun's corona, its outer atmosphere, becomes visible. This crown of light, usually hidden by the sun's bright surface, dazzles observers with its delicate structure shimmering and moving like ethereal wisps of light. That is complete coverage there, Ellie, in Dallas, Texas right now. That is crazy. It's crazy. Oh, well, what's going on? Now, these only last like 4 minutes. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a little bit. But yeah, only a few precious minutes. During this time, the world around us is transformed, offering a glimpse into the cosmic workings of our solar system. The experience of totality is profound, often moving people to tears with its beauty, and a stark reminder of our smallness in the vast expanse of the universe. I don't think that's crazy. That can't be the. Is that real?
Yeah, it's Dallas right now. That's a minute in.
That's far out. That's far out, you guys.
It's crazy that the distance we are, like how it all lines up to where it is the perfect size.
Right. Well, that's what makes it so unique and interesting.
It's super special.
So following totality, the moon continues its path, gradually uncovering the sun and returning to daylight across the land.
Look how dark. I'm sorry, but look how dark that is in Dallas right now.
Yeah, it's so wild.
It's nighttime.
It's completely nighttime. You could kind of see people roaming around in there, but
yeah, and that's legit. That's in the sky right now in Dallas.
Yeah, you can see the countdown there on the top left of that graphic.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh man, NASA's awesome for doing this. We're awesome for doing this. Yeah, so it's a phenomenon that has fascinated humans for millennia, inspiring all fear and wonder in equal measure. So that's a little bit about that. Let's talk a little bit about this particular eclipse. Here on the Treasure Coast of Florida, the sun will be most eclipsed, maximum eclipsion. Don't quote me on that. Or do, who cares? At 3:03 p.m. So Eastern time, of course, here in Florida. 3:03 is when you're going to experience the maximum eclipsion of whatever we're going to get. The whole process having started around 1:48 a little bit ago. The sun should be back in full view by around 4:15 p.m. So the last total solar eclipse that happened over North America was, do you know this, Ellie?
It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was like a couple of years ago, maybe?
2017, the last total eclipse over North America. And the next one, I think we talked about this a little bit, but do you remember how long we're going to have to wait to see the next one?
Over 20 years, isn't it? It's exactly 20 years, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep, August of 2044.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty monumental event there. In 2044, I'll be 59 years old, which
I'll be 46.
all of it's bad. All of it's bad. Darlene tuning in. She said, "My sister and family live in Dallas. They are in full eclipse mode right now." Darlene, it was very cool. We got them popped up there on the screen. Where was I in all this? The people of Mexico will actually, they've already done it, but they'll have seen the longest eclipse of the day, of the full eclipse, and that was for around 4 minutes and 28 seconds on a 350-mile swath near the center line of the eclipse. The majority of places along the center line of the path here in North America will see totality lasting around 3.5 to 4 minutes. So not very long. Not very long to get to see all that's going on there. Let's see. As the sun becomes obscured, you may notice a significant dip in the temperature. During the 2017 total solar eclipse witnessed across the U.S., the National Weather Service noted a decrease in temperature by up to 10 degrees, which is pretty crazy. Carbondale, Illinois, as an instance, there the temperature fell from a high of 90 degrees just before the eclipse reached totality to 84 degrees as the moon completely covered the sun. And that's a pretty dramatic drop. That's 6 degrees. Boom.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate there.
Darlene says she just called her sister, and she said it's crazy. It's pitch dark, and people are yelling, blowing horns. So,
It's
so
like
they're
Christmas.
celebrating.
Oh my God! In knowing my neighborhood here, because on any given holiday, there's always fireworks and stuff. Could you imagine if we had if we were in the path?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it would be like New Year's Eve here.
Yeah. Florida people get wild.
Yeah.
Thank God. we're not having a full solar eclipse.
Yeah, no, it would be pandemonium.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys are out there like crazy people, Paul mentioned that he's out there wearing stupid glasses. I'm glad, and you should.
Yeah.
It's very important to view this stuff safely. There's some key things, and I'll go through all of that with you. But should be a given, but probably not. Well, I'm sure we'll see it on the news tomorrow. But never look directly at the sun without protective eyewear. Viewing the sun, even for a short time, can cause permanent damage to your retina, leading to blindness. It includes looking at the sun through a camera, telescope, binoculars. You really don't want to do any of that.
Yeah.
Or any other device without proper solar filters. If you're going to use the glasses, use ISO certified solar viewing glasses. Ensure they meet the international standard for safe viewing. Sunglasses, even very dark ones, are not safe for looking at the sun. So don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my God, you could see that thing just moving right across the state there. It's unreal. This is a look at our area here outside. Still pretty bright. Ellie. Supervise your kids. That kind of goes without saying, but make sure that they're using the glasses or they're not looking up at the sun at all. You can a fun thing that we all did back in grade school, at least I remember doing it, is the pinhole projectors. Right? So if you don't have the glasses, you can make a pinhole projector to view the eclipse indirectly. So you literally just take like a piece of cardboard or construction paper or whatever, and you punch a hole in it, and you kind of line it up with the sun, and you can see the reflection on the ground, or and you can see the sunlight on the ground, and you can just see it kind of eclipse on the floor, which is kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
You ever do that in school?
No.
No.
Maybe. I don't remember.
You do it. Paige said, "Did you get glasses or make the pinhole projector?" We didn't do either. We just stole a feed from NASA. That's how we're doing it today, Paige. We're inside. We're drinking. That's what we're doing today.
Yeah, because even a 10 degrees different outside in Florida right now is going to be
Still hot.
85 because
Real
it's
hot.
95 outside.
Unreal. As mentioned, don't use regular sunglasses or improvised filters. They're not going to be good enough. And be cautious with optical devices. If you're using a telescope, binoculars to view the eclipse, make sure they're equipped with a solar filter. And don't attempt to use solar viewing glasses as a filter, a makeshift filter. You gotta do things properly, man. Your vision is important. It's not worth it. It's not. Watch for the totality phase safely during a solar eclipse. There's a brief phase, as we've been talking about totality. Only during this phase is it safe to view the eclipse without protective eyewear. However, you got to put your solar glasses on as soon as the bright sun begins to reappear. And it seems just stupid to even test it.
Yeah.
But, that's the time. That's the time to shine. And it's only in complete totality. You can't do it here in Florida because a significant part of the sun is still going to be showing. So
They got it right now in Arizona. Is
Russellville, Arizona,
Yeah.
completely blacked out there. Beautiful. Very, very cool. You can see it there on the screen. Paige says it feels great outside. Yes, we know, Paige.
I bet Paige is still in a sweater.
Yeah, between her and Jordan, always cold. And just two more quick things. Educate yourself. Familiarize yourself with the timing of the eclipse phases for your specific location, knowing when the total phase happens, if it happens in your area. And seek professional guidance if you don't know. Attend there's viewing events all across that path of totality and beyond. That you know, a lot of those groups have the equipment so that everybody gets a chance to kind of see what's going on. And so, yeah, and you can find that stuff on Facebook usually pretty well. So remember, safety is paramount during an eclipse and anything, really, in general. And the only safe way to look directly at the partially eclipsed or uneclipsed sun is through special purpose solar filters or other ISO certified viewing devices. How about that?
You can see how dark it is with the reporters there.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's awesome. That's completely eclipsed there,
Mm-hmm.
and it is in the afternoon. Very cool. You can even see stars off to the side there with them. I'm gonna look here quickly at the path. You can see it's going
It's
right
moving
over.
quick.
It's moving quick. It doesn't last long. So that is a right smack in the middle of the North America path of totality right now, which means it should be beginning,
We got about 10 minutes until 3:03, and then
we'll start to see a little bit
Yeah.
of something going on here in Florida. But neat. You know what's crazy is Jess Jenkins said, how is it how is it an eclipse or total eclipse in Arizona and it's not in the path? Arizona is just a weird place. So the direct path is a sure bet. It is the and we're talking about the dead center of that path is where it's going to be total eclipse. But just off of that, people are going to witness 95 to like 80% coverage. So it may very well appear that no, just says, is AR Arkansas? Yes.
Is
yes,
it?
it is.
Oh yeah,
AZ is Arizona. Yep. So, along with this stuff, there's some conspiracy theories that have been floating around. Have you heard about all this, Ellie? The conspiracy theories surrounding the solar eclipse?
No, I've been looking more at like the metaphysical, like everyone's like, oh, Mercury is in Gatorade.
Is in Gatorade?
Yeah. But all of that, and people are like freaking out about like all, the weird stuff the eclipse is gonna do to people.
Yeah.
But as far as conspiracy theories, no.
Oh man, I got a few.
I
That
can
have-
only imagine.
They've been debunked, like most
Yeah.
conspiracy theories do eventually. But so one claim was that the CERN, the CERN, the what do they call it? The proton slammer or whatever the hell it's called.
The proton slammer.
Yeah, the proton slammer. So anyway, people have been saying it was set to activate on April 8th, which is today, to open a portal during the eclipse. So the claim is on April 1st, which should already be a giveaway. Post shows a man telling viewers about his visit to the European Organization for Nuclear Research. And he said what he thinks the organization's going to do on the 8th. And that, of course, is open up and using it the day of the eclipse. He said he thinks they're going to power it on in coordination with the eclipse to open a gateway, a portal. And it was shared more than 1,000 times in 4 days. But the assertion inaccurately describes both the schedule and the scope of CERN's activities. The machine was already running since March, well before the eclipse, and the capabilities of that technology fall significantly short of opening a portal or creating a black hole. So that was debunked. It only gets weirder from here. Another claim was that the solar eclipse would result in 3 to 5 days of darkness. A March 18th Facebook post shows a TikTok video that opens with footage of a total solar eclipse and then text superimposed on the video that said 3 to 5 days of darkness. And it said these days of darkness could occur. There will be no sunlight or moonlight on the Earth's surface. This was shared more than 30,000 times in 2 weeks. And a similar version received thousands of likes on Instagram. And, of course, originally on TikTok, it was shared thousands of times. But the statement is entirely unfounded. The notion that the entire Earth will be engulfed in darkness for days is incorrect. And only individuals situated in that slender path of totality will encounter substantial darkness. And according to the experts, this will persist for merely around 4 minutes, which, as we're seeing right now live, that seems to be the thing. Oh, yes. Thank you, Jaybird. The particle accelerator, not the proton slammer. That's something
the
else.
proton slammer.
That's something else entirely. This one's been going on for a while. Every time something like this happens, we start talking about the Birdman. You hear about this one?
I've heard about the Birdman before, but yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I have a photo. This thing's been circulating for ages. And let me see if I can pull it up here.
You got 6 minutes.
I got 6 minutes. And then what? Then what happens?
And then darkness for 3 to 5 days and the Birdman.
Yeah, the Birdman. Here, yeah, check out this guy.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the Birdman, right? This has been going on. So a March 28th Facebook post shows a black and white photo that you see before you of a flying figure with a human shape and bird-like wings.
It looks like a bird carrying a snake.
Yeah, it looks like a stork or like a sandhill crane carrying anything. The image depicting the silhouette has been making rounds on the internet since at least 2016, bearing absolutely no connection to the eclipse today. But authorities on the matter dismissed the idea of Birdman as being feasible, pointing out that such wings are incapable of supporting the weight of a man. Well, there you go. Safe from the Birdman. And then I thought this one was kind of funny. There's truth in this. 3 rockets are being launched during the eclipse, but the claim is that there's something unusual about this rocket launch. In the video, a woman describes the act of launching a rocket to the moon as akin to a vast sex magic ritual. Yes. This crazy lady. She said that the act of launching the rockets to the moon is akin to a vast sexual magic ritual, explaining that the rockets resemble a large obelisk. Obelisk? Obelisk, that's the word. She argues that the moon represents the feminine element, making the launch of the obelisk-shaped rocket towards the moon a symbol of, Anyway. But NASA's rockets are scheduled for today, and they'll be used to study the eclipse effects on the upper atmosphere, as they were during a past eclipse. There's no evidence the rockets are tied to any ritual, sexual, magical, or otherwise. Carbondale, Illinois, coming up on totality as we speak.
And we're 3 minutes out from ours.
And we're 3 minutes out from ours. Check that out. God, that is cool, man. That is really something. Wonder what kind of filter they're using on their camera there to see that. Danny chiming in. She says she's sitting in her apartment pool waiting for the spectacle. Don't look straight at it, Danny. Don't do it. Very cool. Let's see where we're at here. Man, moving right along, isn't it? All right. Ellie's leaving. Bye, Ellie. Danny says her eyes are already shot. All right. So we are, as mentioned, 3:03 is the time of totality here in our area. I can actually, oops, didn't want to do that. And actually interact with our map here and kind of do a little dive right into, we can go down to Cape Canaveral and see. Currently, right now, that is approximately what our sun is looking like currently here in Florida.
It's still very bright outside.
Still very bright outside. It's kind of unbelievable, actually. The sun can never be dimmed in Florida. But we are not quite yet to max eclipsion. I've coined that term. You can use it. Use it freely. As you wish. Close that back up. Yep, and as mentioned, we're looking still pretty bright out there. I don't think we're gonna see anything. I think it's gonna stay that color blue out there for this whole thing. The sun is not brighter anywhere else.
We are the sunshine state.
We are the sunshine state. All right. 303 is fastly approaching. Fastly? Quickly? I think it's all the same, really. Approaching here in Port St. Lucie. It's eclipsed as it's going to be here in our area, Ellie.
Not as many clouds out today either.
Which is really nice. You know, that was a concern. There were a lot
earlier.
There was a concern that along the path of totality that there was going to be quite a bit of cloud cover, possibly rain, that was going to obscure. But clearly that's not the case because they're getting some great images from all these spots along the path of totality. It's really, really something to see. Jay Bird says, it's very anticlimactic. Yeah. Welcome to Florida. I should tell you, we pre-recorded this, you know. We're not really here. Some people were concerned that the apocalypse was going to happen during this.
I feel like that's an every time thing.
Yeah, there was going to be some rapturing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm still here, so clearly it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know. Ashley chiming in there. She said, we're outside and it's just a sunny day. I know. Yeah. I know. Karen chiming in over on Facebook said, we're awesome for doing this. Karen, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking a peek.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, and now it begins on the other side.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I feel like the dramatic things that we're seeing has a lot to do with the filters that they're using on their equipment. So, you know, obviously, if you're looking up at the sky, it doesn't necessarily look like that in Carbondale, Illinois at this moment. But at this point, we should probably not be looking straight at the sun as it begins to peek back out. They're not getting it very long at all. They're only about maybe only got about 2 minutes left.
Well, that's a countdown to total.
Oh,
right. That's a minus up there.
I think that's well, it's counting down. I don't know.
Yeah, because once it gets to 0, then that's total.
I missed it. Jaybird said, yeah, this is better than the fake news channels on TV. You know, where's Jordan? Because she makes us a legit news station. Oh, she's very excited.
We're still very bright outside.
Is that a lot of people in a stadium? That's incredible.
Yeah, they have a football stadium.
I bet they're furious that these people have like ring lights up there generating any extra light. Turn off those lights. I would be. Oh, man. Let's see where it's at now. Almost. So it's now 3:05 here in Florida. And it's very sunny outside. I didn't notice a single drop. Let's see if it's refreshed at all. All right, it's a little darker out there. It's a little darker.
It honestly is. Like, if you look out the window, like, it looks like it's about to rain, but obviously you can see in the sky.
Might be a cloud. Might be just a cloud, but hey, let's just say for fun that it's an eclipse. But could very well be.
I think it is.
Because, yeah, the 303 Max Eclipse, and there you can see it happening in Indianapolis, Indiana now. And across that path, it's very much aligned with us now in
I'm
Florida.
Go look out the window.
All right, well, listen, don't look directly at the sun. All right, Ellie's going to go take a peek, see where we're at. So you're left with me. Jess Jenkins said it's a sepia tone. Yes, it's just like it is much like a Instagram filter outside right now. I mean, I'm thinking this is the best we're gonna get, Ellie. Oh, damn it! She said it's a cloud.
Yeah, there's a bunch of clouds
Go figure.
covering the sun right now.
That's all right. This is safer. This is safer to watch it through the television or on your phone. Anyway, oh yeah, no, look how much brighter it is now.
Yeah, I was trying to find the sun, so I looked on either side of the house, and
the eclipse is over in Florida,
and there was just a bunch of clouds over it.
It looks brighter than maybe it's because no, that's not possible.
I don't
very
think we
bright out.
have enough.
We are on
coverage.
The very, very fringe
of
of seeing anything, but it's still very cool. That's why everybody left town and went towards the center of the country.
Did you see the map they had of the Airbnbs?
Yeah, that was crazy. I should have pulled that up.
Yeah.
Danny said there's a family down here at the pool, and gave up on the Eclipse glasses and chose the pool instead. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
It's definitely more fun. I tell you what, though, I have to say a shout out to everybody that decided to make the trip. Of course, it's pandemonium. The hotels are making a killing. There's a lot of bad stuff, canceling rooms that have been booked forever to accommodate new people. It's all lame. But if you're out there getting to see this is, at this point, this is once in a lifetime, unless you're very young. And I mean, I'll probably get to, God willing, get to see it again. But the truth is, it's not going to happen again for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so if you're out there and you're seeing it, what a cool experience for a lot of those people. And you saw the reporters there for NASA, total, a stadium filled with people, checking it out. So I think it's very cool. It is a very cool event. I think the conspiracy theories are hilarious. But it's not to say that, through history, it's been a very interesting thing or prophetic thing to happen to people. I just read an article. I don't know if there's any truth in it whatsoever, but it stunned me. It was some battle in Roman times where everybody was out there on the battlefield, and all of a sudden an eclipse happened, and they were like, maybe this is a sign we shouldn't be doing this, and the war was over. And it was I guess at that point there was the eclipse had a diplomatic effect on some warring nations. So I think that's very cool, and I feel like that kind of energy carries on even to today. People freak out.
Listen, if you don't know what an eclipse is, right? You're just haven't been educated to that point. No one's really looked into it. And all of a sudden you're out but it's supposed to be daylight. And then all of a sudden it's nighttime for 5 minutes. And you're just like, the fuck was that?
I mean, in Florida, that's every day. It's oh, there's a cloud.
True.
But it never gets that dark. The stars don't come out when a cloud goes over. But that is the we're witnessing the end of the eclipse for Indianapolis, Indiana, from Ball State University. Thank you very much to NASA for giving us that feed. Let's take a peek at the path. Where is this thing now? I'm sure that
all the sunlight in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't even miss a beat. But you can see it's moving on. 3 minutes outside of Cleveland, I suppose. Before it gets there. Let's see where they're picking it up. There it is. Cleveland, Ohio. It's almost fully eclipsed there. Very cool. Very interesting. Look at all those people. They have a stage set up. They got a band playing. Crazy. Danny said the all the wildlife goes nuts in confusion when it goes dark out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, all that I believe, and it all makes sense. But people, who am I kidding? We're all just a bunch of idiots. Totally makes sense. I heard a lot of people advising, if you have pets, to like keep them inside, keep the blinds closed, so they don't freak out. I don't know. I don't have any pets, so I don't know. What do you think your cats are doing right now, Ellie?
Oh, they're unfazed right now. But I have seen animals get weird during hurricanes and during like bad storms where there's changes in pressure.
Oh yeah,
and,
pressure drop for sure.
And all of that. So I could definitely, and I think like birds and stuff sense weird stuff happening all the time. I feel like you can always kind of tell when a storm's rolling in because all the birds will do weird stuff.
Yeah.
Or like hurricanes and
Get
all
really quiet. Everything gets eerily quiet.
Yeah. So I truly believe that if you're in that path of 100% totality, like, yeah, you should probably just make sure your animals are indoors.
And look at her,
content,
really. Jonathan said, "Why do my eyeballs hurt?" Well, buddy.
He's acting like he can see anything anyways.
Gotta sign up for disability tomorrow. Ashley said, "My cat and pup are fine." She said, "Yeah, bad hurricanes and storms, they act weird." I act weird. Who am I kidding? I can always tell when the pressure drops too, man. I'm just sitting outside and be like, "Oh man, rain's coming. Rain's a coming." All right. Look at these wackos. Oh, that's the Geordie Files. Look at these knuckleheads out there. Very exciting stuff. Let's clap for the sun.
Well, look how dark it's getting out there.
It is getting dark, though. Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, look. They're reacting. It's very interesting to see. But it is getting very, very dark there in Cleveland right now. By the way, if you're listening in Florida, the eclipse already happened.
Yeah.
Hope it was as magical as you expected it to be. Well, that's why we decided to do this, because we knew it was going to be pretty lackluster for us down here. So we bring a live broadcast and show you all the cool visuals from where all the cool stuff's happening.
I mean, this is pretty awesome because we get to see like 10 solar eclipses.
That's pretty dope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. These people that traveled out there, they only get to see one. We get to see them all and track it. It's like Santa.
Like Santa. I like when so there's been a couple of meteor showers that we've gotten around here that you could go out and you can actually see like a lot. I've gone out and watched them. There's some light pollution where I'm at, but there's not enough to where like you can't see a bunch of stars. So it's really nice. And I've seen a couple of shooting stars and like some really big ones when there's like a huge meteor shower coming through. But you can really only go out and kind of see a lot of them for about an hour, and then you're not going to see any more. Or if it's cloudy or whatever. But I like watching the live streams that just random people have their telescopes up, and you can see all of the shooting stars. And you can watch it for hours because they have them from all different parts of the world.
It's crazy.
I think that is an awesome use of the internet, first of all. And it's super awesome to like see that many people from all over the world like in the chats and just like talking and being so excited. Like it's just a wonderment of the world and how that like happens just in nature and people just enjoying it.
Right.
And I think that's amazing.
Yeah, the internet's full of crap, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And like this is great. Yeah, I mean our show obviously is great. But like, just NASA's very cool for putting this whole thing together so that we could steal it and bring it to our friends. and add our commentary over it.
Yeah.
Just, is what
How
it is.
dark it is in Cleveland. Look at
crazy.
that. They're showing all the buildings and stuff.
Yeah. It's crazy. All the timers are like, nope, not yet. It's not our time to turn on all the lights in the city. It is an interesting perspective, too, because, people aren't necessarily turning on lights, especially because this is happening. They want to experience the full darkness. So you see all those skyscrapers, and unless they're on a darkness meter or whatever sensor, they're not lighting up.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see like things lighting up down there. It's very eerie, very cool. You can see on the horizon too. It's a very unusual, almost like apocalyptic look, like post-apocalyptic cityscape. But thankfully, that's not the case for this particular eclipse. The lunatics lose on this one. Danny said, I'll have to pause the pool view of the bright sun and go to the DMV and get her driver's license renewal. It sounds like a good use of your time, Danny. Thank you for hanging with us for a little while. And, of course, now the sun is fully eclipsed in Cleveland.
Look at those sun flares out the side.
So cool, man. A view that we don't necessarily get to see literally ever because the sun is so unbelievably bright.
Yeah.
So you don't really get to see those interesting artifacts. But let's see. What's the next city?
It's about to leave America soon. Look at that.
Danny said, like Jaybird said, anticlimactic. Yep. Riffs and Rhythms said, I looked up into the sky and saw Uranus. Well, lady, you want to play a game while we watch the rest of these eclipses?
Yeah.
All right. What do you say we play Name That Tune? Well, since it's so anticlimactic, we can watch the eclipses and play a little game. We invite all of you out there to play along with us in the chats and comments. We're looking, of course, for the name of the song and the artist or band performing it. The category is, you may have guessed, Total Eclipse. Are you ready to play? Are you writing down all your guesses already? Ellie, I can't. First clue.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little.
Nice job.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely.
Any idea on the artist?
Oh. I should know this.
Should know it. Bill Black said, Cleveland rocks the eclipse. Yeah, no kidding, man. It's cool out there. No idea? No idea, Ellie?
No.
It is Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart.
Dude, I need to show you something real quick. There's something crawling on our camera. Out there in the bottom right. Maybe it's gone now, but it was crawling around.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. If I see it again, pull it up again. Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Nothing I can do,
Very
a
good song.
total eclipse of the heart.
Danny said, thanks for the short commentary of the 3-minute ride. Baby, I'm a master of that
Oh, no.
time frame. All right. Next clue. Name that tune.
In my eyes, indisposed.
Here it is once again.
In my eyes, indisposed.
I should know this artist too, but
Like Farrow said, he's currently smoking a cigar out at the farm with the animals and debating on whether or not he should stare into the sun. Don't do it. Don't do it. Jonathan said a Billie Eilish Love Gun. I don't think that's the one. But Riffs and Rhythms nailed it there in the chats. What do you got here, Ellie? It is Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
Black hole sun, won't you come?
That's a good one. All right, next clue. Of course, Total Eclipse is the category. Here we are.
All that you touch and all that you see.
Riffs and Rhythms, Mike, they want to know if the animals are acting weird out on the farm. I don't think so. I can't imagine they are. I've seen darker cloud coverage than that. Crazy.
Yeah, I think we were fine out here.
Yeah, it's not Dark Side of the Moon there. It's not. It is off that album, though. I'll give you that. At least thinking real hard.
It's some weird name. I know it is.
Mike said, nope, just goats being goats.
Goats are weird just in general.
Yeah. It is. What do you got? Anything?
I put Dark Side of the Moon.
It is Pink Floyd. It is off the Dark Side of the Moon album. It's the very last song, and it's called... Oh, wait. Jonathan wants to hear it one more time.
All that you touch and all that you see.
That was just for you, Jonathan.
Oh, isn't it like the last word of the song is the song title?
It's pretty obvious. The song title is Eclipse.
That's
They're in Tupper Lake, New York now. Full eclipse happening there.
New York just had a bunch of
Earthquake, man.
Earthquakes,
That's all kind of weird stuff going on out there. That's where the apocalypse is happening.
for real.
All right, next clue for you, Ellie.
Don't go around tonight, or it's bound to take your dad.
Here it is again.
Don't go around tonight, or it's bound to take your dad.
Jonathan said the last one was the Ramones, Blitzkrieg Bop. Oh, I did get this one, though, or close. It's close. You got it? You need it again?
I'm killing the names.
All right, let's see it. It is Bad Moon Rising. No idea on the artist? It's 3 letters. Nailed it. Oh, man. Look at that. Fully eclipsed in Tupper Lake. It's so cool, man. All right. This is an extended game. I did a bunch of them. Here's the next one.
Wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night, blinded by...
Here it is again.
Wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night, blinded by...
It's good. No idea. Oh, they're nailing it in the chat there.
I know the song.
The artist is a little tough on this one. Wrapped up like a douche. That's right. That's the lyrics. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know? It is Blinded by the Light by Manfred Mann.
Wrapped up like a douche.
The Runner in the Night. Here's the next one. We'll move on very quickly.
Wonder this time where she's gone.
It's a good one. Here's one more time for you.
Wonder this time where she's gone.
God, look at that eclipse in Tupper Lake. That is cool, man. That's so neat. Riffs and rhythms on the artist there. What do you have, Ellie? It is Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. Nice job.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no.
All right, and last clue. Finally, huh?
I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired.
Look on your face. Here it is again.
I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired.
Yep. Riffs and rhythms. Got it there. At least the artist. Mike Farrow, man, Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers. I think you're putting on a facade about how young you are, sir. I think you know more than you let on. Smart. Smart to do that way. You guys are wild out there. You should not. We can't do this in the middle of the day. Y'all are too wild in the middle of the afternoon. What are y'all doing?
Degenerates.
All right. Let's see what you got here, Ellie.
Oh, well, I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Yeah.
No.
I could have had an answer, but I would have been cheating off of the chat.
Oh.
So.
That is Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark.
Even if we're just dancing in the dark.
Danny said she had a dad that was a musician, and she got introduced to a lot of decades of music. That's helpful. I feel like I was raised around quite an eclectic mix of music. You know, you too, Ellie. And so we got introduced to a lot of weird stuff. I remember I used to rifle through Dave's CD collection, which was pretty eclectic. And I would like steal his discs and listen to him on the bus on my Walkman.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-skip. Didn't work so well. Nice job, Ellie. That wasn't so bad. You know, okay.
Yeah.
Gave you a lot of opportunities. It was a long game. All right, where are we at now here? And Danny plays a few instruments herself. We know this. I know this anyway. Let's see. Where am I at? This guy, he's explaining a whole lot of what's going on. He's very excited about whatever he's talking about. It's very bright where she is. Look at these guys. This guy's just staring up there at the sun. Bright as hell. This is kind of interesting, though, that we haven't seen yet. Like, that's in Holton, Maine.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a, it's kind of covering it in a weird, that crescent shape is, I feel like everything, maybe it could just be the angle of the camera. I might be overthinking it. But, nice to see something different. Anyway, that's what's going on. Oh, that was nice of them to switch it. Let's see the path of totality. Where is it? Where is everything at now? Man. Carrying on, and then it just kind of disappears.
Yeah, so I guess this is the last stop on the Eclipse train.
This is the last stop on the Eclipse train. We'll take a look at it. We'll hang with you guys through this one. We do appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
It's kind of a shame there was nothing that happened here, but
I mean, we were fully aware that it was not going to be any kind of. I thought maybe there would be a dip in the brightness, but It was a cloud, Ellie.
Yeah, it was a cloud.
Mike Farrow said, Walkman. Brad, your age is showing.
Yeah.
Just look at my face, Mike. My age is always showing at all times. I guess Jordan didn't make it.
I wonder if Jordan saw anything while driving, if she's driving right now.
Yeah, she looked directly at the sun.
I mean, there's sometimes just driving, you're staring at the sun. It's happening.
Yeah. Well, while we're waiting on this, do you have any shameless plugs, Ellie? Anything you want to plug?
No.
Great. This is an impromptu show, you guys. It wasn't, I had a couple things scripted, but for the most part, we've just been watching the sun get covered up by the moon. We do have a scheduled Wednesday show. It's a National Siblings Day on Wednesday, so we'll have some surprise guests. Can't imagine who they're going to be. But we got some shenanigans to do. Ellie, you sent me on Instagram, you sent me a really fun-looking game.
Yeah.
And so I've made arrangements to have all the pieces here for that.
Nice.
That was hilarious. So I think instead of the rubber band, we might do the shot collars.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
So just to let you guys in on the secret, the game is, so you put like a service bell under a Tupperware, and you just have to go back and forth tapping the Tupperware, but sometimes you can pick the Tupperware up, and if the other person hits the bell, they get shocked. I think it'll take a minute to find a stride, but
yeah.
I think it'll be funny. So that was a good game. Holton, Maine right now. It looks like they're
in it.
They're in it to win it there. It looks like a painting. It doesn't even look real. But that is full coverage. Right about now, you guys, you can look straight at this thing.
What is that?
And that's from the International Space Station.
Oh.
That is a very cool view because that shows the area that is completely blacked out by the eclipse right now. I think that's really neat.
That's Earth, yeah.
That is Earth, and that black spot is there's the shadow of the moon from the sun, and that entire area
That
view
is
there
neat.
from the International Space Station from NASA. Very, very neat. It looks like a massive crater.
Yeah.
But that is the shadow of the moon. I think that's very, very, very neat to see, and clearly a very populated area. You can see right out on the fringe there.
Yeah.
Cities. Up there in Maine. Holton? Is that what I said?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Look at that, man.
Yeah, that is
Like a
cool.
black hole. Very, very neat. I was wondering when they were going to pipe in a feed from the space station. They're trying to build a commercial, like, hotel space station up there.
I'm not surprised.
Just fly up and spend the weekend. Sounds
There's
awesome.
going to be a Walmart on the moon. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Where else am I going to get my fresh
Moonberries.
Honey Crisp apples and moonberries? Well, there'll be a whole colony up there one day. Maybe by the time the next solar eclipse happens in 2044,
Maybe.
we'll have some people up there hanging out. But very, very neat. And as I think that things are about to wind down there in Holton. That's a cool view too.
Wow.
You can see it just looks like a little pinhole in the
Yeah.
sun. It's amazing. It's amazing that the ring around the sun is just so bright that it looks, makes the sun look much, much larger than it appears. It is obviously gigantic, but as it appears here. And
Well, that's cool. Yeah, you can
can
see
see
it
it.
where it's moving back out.
so neat. Really, really a cool thing to witness. And now the downside, or the flip side of the eclipse, as the sun makes its way back out. I believe it's probably going to be the last stop here from our feed from NASA. So we'll keep an eye on it. My only plugs are check out our show, our National Siblings Day show on Wednesday, 8 p.m. back at regular time. I'm very thankful for all of you that tuned in on a random Monday. I know it was a special event, but I think it's very cool that you tuned in and kept us company here. And thank you to Ellie for hanging out.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I'd have been here talking to myself. Philip tuning in said, so cool. Thanks for tracing this. It's our pleasure. And Philip, congratulations, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Once again, I think that's very cool as well. And so.
Oh, Brad, you forgot to change your hat.
Eclipse hat. Oh, I had a whole thing. It was staged here and everything. That's what happens when you start drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh, and you noticed.
Too late, but
and you called us out. Oh, well, what the hell. All right, you guys. Well, once again, say bye, Ellie.
Bye.
Thank you guys again so much for hanging out. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're just checking this out and you don't know anything about us, subscribe and see what we have to offer. It's not much, but we're a lot of fun. So that does it. We're out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other. Broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge. I'm Brad. That's Ellie.
We love you.
We love you. We'll see you. We'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.